Hi and welcome. Today we are gonna talk about our knees. The knees, they are our hinge joint of our life. The place where existence meets our movement. They allow us to walk, to run, to kneel and to rise, to carry our weight and to move forward. Without them we cannot progress. With them we navigate our lives. In somatic mapping, the knees symbolize one of the most essential lessons of the existence layer, the dance between our strength and our flexibility. They remind us that life is not only about standing tall or pushing forward. It's about knowing when to bend, when to yield, and when to trust that softening is not the same as breaking. When our knees are healthy, we naturally express balance, strength and movement, stability with grace. But when they ache, stiffen or collapse, the body may be whispering about an inner imbalance between our control and our surrender, between carrying too much and refusing to yield. Symbolically, the knees teach three universal lessons. First one is humility and surrender. The wisdom to bend without losing dignity. The courage to bow without feeling small, or to soften without losing self-respect. The knees remind us that true strength is not found in standing tall, but the ability to bend with dignity. Across history, bending the knee has been universal. It's an expression of reverence, of grief, of devotion or love. Psychologically, this reflects the willingness to soften the ego's need for control, to trust life enough to yield when necessary. When we cannot bend, it may be because bending once felt unsafe. For some, humility has been distorted into humiliation, into collapsing under shame or powerlessness. But healthy humility is the middle path, the ability to yield without losing self-respect. It is wisdom and not weakness. Second, we have the adaptability or the flexibility, the ability to bend and to change direction, the ability to adapt to life's changes without losing our center. Anatomically, the knees exist to bend and straighten, to let us walk, kneel, rise, and pivot. Trauma often freezes adaptability. People get stuck, afraid of change, terrified to take our next step. The knees remind us that flexibility is survival, the ability to bend without collapsing, to change direction without losing center. Then we have carrying life's weight while moving forward. The capacity to hold responsibility and still move forward. The knees bear literally weight of the body and metaphorically the weight of responsibility, of duty and emotional burden. When life feels heavy, when we take on too much, the knees often mirror that load. They ache, they buckle, they resist movement. For many trauma survivors, the knees carry the burdens they were never meant to hold. Responsibilities taken up too young, unspoken grief or loyalty to others' pain. Over time, this can manifest as fatigue or collapse in the joints themselves. The body is saying, I can't carry this anymore. Yet, in their design, the knees are also a symbol of dynamic resilience. They show us how to carry the weight while still moving forward. The wisdom they hold is not about rigid endurances, but strength to bend, to yield, to stand tall, to take the next step. And together, these three functions form the essence of what the knee stands for. Humility, which teaches us to yield. Adaptability, which teaches us to bend. And resilience, which teaches us to carry life weight and still move forward. When the knees are blocked, their symbolic role, bending, carrying, moving and yielding, becomes restricted. Instead of supporting us with balance and adaptability, they become sites of tension, pain, or collapse. We often see rigidity show up first. The person becomes less able to adapt when things change suddenly. The knees mirror this. They stiffen, they tighten, and they resist bending. Just as the joints loosen flexibility, the person struggles to find flexibility in how they move through life. Just as refusing to bend the knees makes walking impossible, refusing to bend psychologically make moving through life painful. The knees may symbolize stubbornness, the refusal to forgive, to let go, or to yield to life's flow. There's also control. When control takes over, the knees tell the story through tension that never releases. The person tries to hold everything together. They plan, also the people, the outcomes. Letting go feels unsafe. Even rest feels dangerous. So the knees brace, they hold life upright through sheer willpower. We also see hyper self-reliance. The person rarely asks for help. They don't trust that anyone will carry the weight with them. The knees echo this by tightening, by refusing to share the load with the rest of the body, or even the ground beneath them. Then comes pride, or what we could call the body's ego. When pride blocks the knees, it's difficult for the person to ask for help. They've learned that bending or needing equals weakness. So they lock their knees and stand taller, even when it's hurting them. This is not arrogance, it's self-protection, learned long ago. Another theme we see is persistence at all costs. These are the people who don't stop. They keep standing, keep giving, keep pushing, even when their body has nothing left to give. The knees, meanwhile, carry all that weight, quietly taking on more than they were designed for. There's also often a deep distrust, not just of people, but of systems, of life itself. The person has learned sometimes through trauma that they have to stand alone. The knees hold that story. They brace themselves, always ready to carry what others won't. And then there's stuckness. That in-between feeling of not being able to move forward, but not being able to go back either. The body quite literally gets caught in that space. The knees hold, they lock, and wait for permission to release. When the knees are blocked, transition becomes very hard. Whether it's a change in job, a relationship ending, or a new beginning, the person hesitates to take that next step. The knees, they reflect that hesitation. They tighten at the very moment life asks them to move forward. Healing begins not by stretching the muscles, but by restoring somatic permission, the felt sense that bending, yielding, and adjusting are safe. So, in this exploration, we won't try to fix the knees. We will listen to them, how they carry us, how they respond to weight, how they tell the story of our willingness to move. Before we go deeper in the understanding of the meaning of the knees, let's first begin with opening our awareness of the knees. Before we go further, we will learn to listen through sensation. Take a moment to remember that this is not about forcing or pushing your body in any way. Somatic awareness is a conversation, not a demand. Your body will only open up when it feels safe. So everything we do here is done slowly, gently, and with full permission to pause at any time. As you move through these awareness exercises, I want you to really listen to your own pace. You might notice subtle movements, warmth, tingling, or even small tremors or shaking through your legs or the knees, and that's all okay. That's your body's releasing stored energy. It's a natural process of regulation. Your nervous system unwinding what it no longer needs to hold on to. Just let it happen. You don't need to control it, guide it, or make it look in a certain way. Simply allow. The body knows exactly what it's doing. Trust that every small movement, every breath, every tremor is part of your healing unfolding in real time. If at any moment something feels too much, just slow down, pause, or bring your awareness to your breath or your feet. Safety always comes before the release. The goal here is not to achieve something, it's to meet your body with curiosity, with compassion, and with patience. Now, when you're ready, let's begin our awareness journey into the knees. Stand in quite a neutrally pose, feet hip wide apart and toes pointing forward. Let your knees bend a little bit. Take a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow yourself to arrive a little deeper into your body. Feel your feet on the ground and feel the weight of your body supported by the earth beneath you. Now begin to bring your awareness down through the hips, through the thighs, and gently into your knees. The knees, these humble, powerful joints that carry you through life. Feel how your knees act as the hinge between stability and movement. A living bridge between the ground support and the pelvis impulse to move. They carry the stories of our movement, the burdens, the surrender, the pride, and the capacity to bend with life. They hold your weight, your direction, your willingness to move forward, and your capacity to bow and to bend. They are the meeting place of strength and surrender. Let's begin to really listen to them. Now slowly start to shift your weight towards your left knee. You don't need to exaggerate, just enough to feel that your body's weight is being received there. Breathe gently and feel the earth supporting that side. The left knee speaks to your past, your inner world, your intuition, your ability to receive, to allow, and to trust the flow of life. If you notice tightness or tension here, it may carry resistance to receive help or care. It also carries the resistance of trusting life. It can hold a memory of times you had to stand on your own, when support didn't come, and you learned to stop expecting it. This side often holds the fear of moving forward. It drags along the emotional fear of letting go of your old identity or relationships. As you breathe, allow the left knee to soften, not by force, but by permission. Feel the subtle yielding, the gentle bend that says it's safe to let go a little. Now shift your weight gently to the right knee. Feel how the body center moves. A quiet transition from receiving to doing. The right knee holds the energy of decision making, willpower, movement, and action. When there is pain or pressure here, it may speak of struggles of assertion, of control, of stepping into your own power, of having to always be strong, or pushing yourself beyond what's sustainable. Here we feel performance pressure. It holds the stories of control, of leadership, of doing it all. This side holds also the fear of failure. As you lean softly into the right knee, notice how it feels to let it take your weight. Is it steady? Is it overworking? Is it maybe tired? Does it want to hold or just to rest? Breathe into that space and imagine that each inhale brings support from the earth through your legs, and each exhale allows the knee to release some of its burden. Now balance your weight between both knees. Feel their differences, the left and the right, receiving and doing, the feminine and the masculine. They are partners in movement. Both are needed. Both carry your story. From here, gently play with the placement of your weight. Let your knees stay soft, not locked. Now we are gonna shift our awareness to the inner side of our knees. The inner side of the knees, they represent your emotional vulnerability, your tenderness, your sensitivity. Start with the inner side of your left knee. Move your weight again on the left knee, and now turn your left knee a little bit to the inside. It's the part that holds your closeness and attachment. How safe you feel to open, to connect, to be seen as who you are. When tension gathers here, it can be difficult to receive love or support. It reflects old wounds from intimacy, times when opening your heart brought pain, where here lives the fear of depending on others emotionally. Now shift your weight to the right knee and turn your right knee a little bit to the inside and bring awareness to the inner side of your right knee. This area reflects conflict between boundaries in relationships and self-expression, in what you feel inside and what the world asks of you. It can tighten when you betray your own needs to fulfill expectations of others. It brings conflict in pleasing and standing firm. The tension here says that you are overgiving, carrying others' weight by duty or by guilt. As you feel this inner edge, soften the muscles around it. Let your breath remind the body that it's allowed to move with integrity, not obligation. Now take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, allow the weight of your body to come back toward the center. Feel both knees equally grounded for a moment. Sense the space between them, and from here, begin to let your awareness flow across. From the inner right knee, gently toward the outer side of your left knee. Allow your feet to adjust so that the weight glides naturally to your outer side of the knee, and breathe there. This side protects your emotional independence. When you feel pain or pressure here, it may signal that you are giving too much of bending for others, even when it costs you your own peace. The inner side of the left knee feels the exhaustion of over-accommodation. Here the body tells a story that you are resting emotional. Here the body tells a story that you are resisting emotional change or exposure. Then move your attention to the other side. Then move your attention to the outer side of the right knee. This part often tenses when you take on too much, when you push beyond your own limits to meet demands, when you want to control everything, like your direction or independence. It reflects over-effort and self-reliance. That quiet belief that no one else will carry if you don't. When it aches, the body is saying, you're pushing too hard, too fast. You're resisting collaboration by the fear of losing authority. Let yourself soften slightly at the outer right knee. Let the ground take a little more of your weight. And now come back to the center, standing evenly through your both knees. Let your breath drop deeper. Feel both knees standing beneath you, soft but strong. From here, let your awareness glide forward toward the front of your knees. You can do this by slowly shifting your weight a few centimeters forward, so you sense the kneecaps softly engage. Notice how your thighs even begin to activate, how the front of the legs wake up. The front represents how you move forward, your direction in life, your willingness to take the next step. If there's tightness or dull pain here, it may signal hesitation, fear of progress, or uncertainty about what lies ahead, the fear of the future. Here lays a conflict between your inner readiness and the external pressure. Breathe into the front, not to push, but to remind the body that forward motion can be grounded and supported. Now gently let that forward activation begin to release. Slowly shift your weight slightly backward, maybe just a few millimeters, enough to feel how the back of your knees begin to open and lengthen. Allow the legs to relax and the heels to take more weight. As you do, sense into the space behind the knees. The back of the knees represent yielding or letting go. This is a place we rarely sense, yet it holds the past, the unseen, the unprocessed emotions. Pain here often represents what we're holding on to, old responsibilities, guilt or grief we never allowed ourselves to release. Often tension in the back of the knees shows up as the fear of letting go, the fear of collapsing, of vulnerability. It is the resistance to surrender. Now let the back of the knees soften, not by trying to make them soft, but by allowing the rest of you to be held. With each breath, feel the space behind the knees lengthen, a quiet release into trust. Let that breath travel through the whole leg, down to the feet and into the ground. And stay here for a moment, in this soft, supported awareness. As you breathe here, imagine softening the space behind the knees, as if you're giving permission of the past to rest, to no longer demand to be held, and slowly come back to the center. Feel both knees again, the front, the back, the inner and the outer side, the left knee and the right knee, as one completed field of awareness. Sense how different it feels now. Now gently sway side to side, letting the weight shift fluidly between the left and the right. And notice how each knee responds, how they carry you, and how they speak to you. Take a slow, deep breath in, and gently exhale everything out. You have just taken the time to truly meet your needs, not through the mind, but through sensation. You've listened to how they feel, how they hold, how they support, and how they resist. And now, just pause. let the body settle. Notice what's changed, even the smallest shift in warmth, softness, or in presence. That's your body's intelligence. It's already beginning to speak. Every part of us has a language. The knees are no different. They store emotional memory, moments when we hesitated, resisted, or pushed ourselves too hard. So, before we move deeper, take this stillness as an invitation to understand what your knees might be holding for you. Because what we feel somatically often mirrors what we've been carrying emotionally. The body shows us the story, and our awareness lets that story be seen. Now, as we explore what the knees can store, keep feeling your body. You don't need to go back into movement, just stay connected. Feel your knees gently resting in this awareness. Open to the messages they have been holding. As you begin to bring awareness to your knees, to how they move, how they hold, and how they resist, you're already starting the process of release. Awareness itself is the first movement towards healing. If you feel called to explore the deeper layers beneath this awareness, the emotions, the meanings, and the gentle somatic ways to release, you will find that in our next video.